Hello and welcome to My Take at the Lake. Saturday must be shopping day. So just a side note, before we even get started, I post these on Saturday because that might be, my thinking is, the day where you might be out running some errands and you might be out picking up your groceries or whatever, and eventually when life gets back to normal, not that it ever will necessarily, but Saturdays are shopping days. So I just wanted to note that I post them Saturday mornings so that you can have them with your coffee before you head out and maybe have some ideas fresh on your mind as you venture out. Maybe you'll stop by an off shop or St. Vinny's or someplace, or go shop in your basement. That's always a good thing. You can always shop in the basement. Usually I set this all up and I take some pictures and stage it and whatnot. But I want to get right to it today. So I literally left it all right in the box that I brought it home in. There's so much stuff in here. I can't wait to show you. So hold on to your hat here while I get this organized just a wee bit. It is organized, but of course I want to show you things in a certain order. Well, that's how I roll. So a friend asked me the other day, I gave her a glue book, my best friend, and she's having trouble finding images for it. And so I gave her a whole list of places where she might find images for her glue book other than the magazines she does not have. And one of those ideas is to let your peeps know that you are doing this, that you are now a junk journaler and are always looking for goodies to put in your junk journals. This did not come from St. Vinny's. I stopped by my mom's yesterday to pick up a few things and to drop off a few things, and she had this little pile for me. She has all these cards. She gets them free at wherever she goes. It seems like there's free stuff. So these are all brand new decks of cards that she's not going to use. Sure, I'll take them. Absolutely. What fun. How many? 52 times 3, that's like 150 cool things to play with, right? Why not? She said, do you want this? Do you want bubble wrap too? Well, sure I do. What do you do with bubble wrap? Oh, you make with it. It does beautiful things on the jelly. When you're printing on your jelly plate, it makes big fun. When you don't have a jelly plate, you're just making on paper. You put a little ink or watercolor or marker and spritz it and then mark on your pages. Bubble wrap makes beautiful marks. It's so fun to play with. Yes, indeed, I will take bubble wrap. Yes, I will. So they have all these extra cards. Who's gonna ever use all these extra cards? Do you want them? Well, sure, I'll take them off your hands. Yes, absolutely. And I have, in a video I just recently posted, I'm still working on my Christmas bundles for people. Christmas 2020, I don't know when you're watching this, but for Christmas 2020, I decided I was going to do everyone what I call jujo bundle, and it includes everyone got a glue book, is getting a glue book, and or an altered book, or a mini folio, or mini books, or depending on the person. I still have 10 more to go, so now they're going to probably be more birthday gifts than Christmas. But one of the girls, this looks just like, so this will go in her book. Another girl looks just like this when she was little. Those sunglasses, even that little outfit looks just like her. So those are going to go in. We have no boys in our family, 0, none. So not only is this a card that I could use in a journal as it is, I could collage over it if I wanted to do that. But in this case, I'm going to cut images out of this card and use them in the girls' books. And then I have, oh look, an extra envelope. So there's all kinds of uses. I'm doing a patriotic book for my dad. This might be too flowery for him. I love the hydrangeas and the chickadees. This will probably be fussy cut material. I will probably keep this one for myself. Or maybe cut out just the house and keep the hydrangeas. But I really like the chickadees. I'll probably hog it. My guess is, oh look, he loves flags and eagles. So I can guilt-free keep that one to myself and use this one for Dad's book. Oh look, more. Yeah, so fun. So thanks, Mom. These are all have the same envelope. So if I end up using the cards, I can use the envelopes when they're all the same shape and size. Make a super fun little journal. Easy peasy. There's lots of videos on how to make journals with envelopes. So easy. Lots of different sets. Oh, this one intrigues me. What's this? Oh. Heartfelt sympathy for the loss of your pet. So sad. Ruby Doo. I can't believe she parted with this. This isn't my mom's, this is my aunt's. Maybe these are from my aunt. Because her Ruby died a couple months ago. Look, though. Aw. This might go in my black, white, and red all over journal just for fun, just for, mix it up. So you never know what you're going to find. Tell your family and friends what you're doing, and they will start collecting stuff for you. And you won't have to search high and low for it or go without, because it will be, you put it out to the universe. Hey, I need some magazines and some cards and some fodder for my junk journals. So now we are on to the St. Vinny's Hall portion of our program. Thank you for tuning in, staying with us. Always glad to have you. If you're new here, welcome. If you've been here a time or two, welcome back. Always good to see you. This was 59 cents. And it's just a wide variety of wrapping paper. Kind of all girly, baby girlish, but not all of it necessarily. There's some birthday. Oh, that one's beautiful. Let's look at this one. I don't even take this stuff out before I show you guys. I just keep it until I record the video. Bridal shower, but oh, look how pretty. Doesn't have to be bridal shower. It can just be pretty purples. Yes, it's sort of botanically. Yeah, I know. But I'm going to go with purple versus botanical. That's how I'm going to justify it. This is pretty fun. Nice and vibrant and springy. So when you go to St. Vinny's, most people would see this as wrapping paper. But now, as a junk journaler, don't you see it now as pages? Possible pages for a junk journal, certainly decoration for a junk journal, some fussy cuttings, some phrases. You could just do shower, like spring shower. Certainly for embellishments and ephemera. Oh, this one's fun. Peak proof wrap. This is a sample of a high quality peak proof. Is that ever fun? Yay, spring. Spring is coming. Little guy, you can use just the lettering. Cat Hand has a whole thing about ransom letters, cutting out individual letters. These would be great added to that collection. Fussy cut the little bears. Just use the confetti portions here and there. There's all kinds of things to do with this, use them as pages. Pam at the Paper Out posted a video about decorating. So you leave this side blank and do master boards over this. Just collage your little heart out over the dancing bears, if dancing bears are not your thing. And then you have a beautiful snippet thing that you can just clip out of as needed when ready. You know, so you could just, something as easy as taking some of the book pages that we've all started amassing by the millions and tearing them up, inking the edges, and just gluing them down so that when you're ready, you can snip a piece off of it and you've got an instant background. Super, super easy. As I said in another video, I like to keep my ephemera when I mass make. If I were to do a collage for ephemera or for backgrounds, I would keep it very neutral. I wouldn't put any focal images or anything like that on. It would just be probably the text block pages inked around the edges just for a background. And then when I'm doing a project, using the scraps from the project to decorate the ephemera so that everything coordinates well. I know that goes a little bit against junk journal because really the idea of junk journal is anything goes. But there's a whole spectrum of junk journaling to be explored, and I'm on the matchy coordinated neater end of it, I think, but I'm finding my way. You know, I'm new, and we learn as we go what our style is, how we do things, what we like, what we don't like. We learn as we go, and that changes from time to time. Over time, I should say, is a better way to say that. Another fun thing that I found, it's sort of fascinating to me, are these. They are fine quality filler paper, 50 cents, from the Rexall store. Naturally aged. That's pretty crazy. That's really crazy to me. What's crazier is that this one, intact. This is sat somewhere unopened for at least 30 years. That's crazy. That's just crazy. And the cool thing is I tested it this morning, and it is vintage because when I coffee dyed it, when I sprayed it with coffee and water, those lines did not budge. Did not budge. This isn't the same, you know, it's not lined paper, but it's new paper, and you can see it's graph paper. But you can see when the coffee dye hits it, when it gets wet, all the ink disappears. That's how you know new from old. If it wasn't in the package, I knew it was old because of the packaging. And also the style. You can just see that it's an older style filler paper. Nice rounded corners. I don't know. I don't think new filler paper has those rounded corners. I could be wrong. I'm not sure. But the true test is, will the lines fade or not? And, you know, the lines fading are not a bad thing. The blue ink mixes with the coffee, and it usually turns out a kind of greeny sort of color, which just adds to it, I think. You know, you get this kind of green cast. Just one more layer of yumminess to your paper dyeing. But what a find. I can't wait. I feel like I'm going to have to coffee dye soon. Just because I have paper that the lines won't run. That is so cool. On a previous haul video, I had found these baggies. They were all, the ones I got were navy, white and ivory, and coffee colors. Brown, tans, creams, cafe au laits. And I said, they had a purple one. I probably should have got the purple one because I love purple. And that was a couple weeks ago, and it was still there. How cool is that? How cool is that? So I went back, I got the purple, and I got the pink, because I'm doing babies, 2 baby girls. We have 2 new, well, one's going to be 2 already. So I'm doing her a book, and we have a new baby in October, who came in October, so 2 baby girl books that I'm working on. So I could use all the pink stuff I can find. And then this was just a miscellaneous. Again, if you spent any time here, you know I watch Pam at the Paper Outpost nearly constantly. Not like stalking. I'm not stalking Pam, but hers is the style that appeals to me the most, her video style. And she said, when you find snaps at the off shop, don't just pass them up. And she took them out, 2 pieces together, and they're so simple. I should have opened this. I'm not going to take the time. But anyway, you just take the 2 pieces of the snap apart, and you just poke a little hole in the corner of something. And you just poke a little hole in the corner with a needle or whatever, and then push the snap through and snap it on. And it's just an easy, fast, little bit of coolness. So easy. And you find them quite a bit. But I'm not sewing anything. I'm not making anything. What do I need snaps for? Well, super easy way. You could put them down the edge of one page, you know. Especially if you're doing sewing journals are kind of popular. Especially if you're doing those kind of things. Having real snaps here and there throughout the pages would just be fun. This one is a miscellaneous. There's obviously some different colors. I see what looks like little... are they called patches? I don't remember. Gold stars. Who knows? Who knows what's in here? Let's see. Let's just see. I needed new scissors throughout the house. In my kitchen drawer, here in my office studio, where I work when I write, that desk area. I just needed scissors throughout the house. Amazon had 5-pack, I believe, 5 or 6 pair for like $10. And holy smokes, I don't know if it's just because mine sucked bad, but these are really nice. I will try to remember to put a link below for you. Super neat. And it's so nice to have sharp scissors everywhere I need scissors. Oh, by the coffee pot, there's also another new pair of scissors. Highly recommend. Treat yourself. $10. Get new scissors for the whole house. Because old scissors just irritate you. So there's our snaps. Rick Rack. I think this is seam binding. Nice big wide seam binding. Almost baby blanket size, but it's blue, and we don't have any blue babies. No, we don't. Yep. Iron-on appliques. Those would go good in Dad's patriotic book, would they not? 5-star. That'd be funny. He was not a 5-star general. He was not. So, I love those little bags when you just don't even know what's in there necessarily. Here's another one. I'm just gonna... an orange zipper, because you just never know. What is this? This is darning cotton. Oh, she old. She has no strength left, whatever. I don't know if you can see it, but look how beautiful it's on this spool. Let me get it in the right shot. It's black, so I don't know if you can see that or not. How cool is that? Darning cotton. Nice old spool, and it's different. What a weird spool. Might just keep it just because it's cool looking. Probably not. I'm getting to be, the older I get, the more minimalist I get. I don't like crap hanging around. Look, more snaps. More snaps. I'm wondering if these need to be put in. Yeah, they have little teeth. But I think I was thinking maybe you have to use the Big Bite, we are Memory Keeper's Big Bite chomper to get them in. Maybe not. I'll get back to you on that. Maybe, if I remember. Black and white goodies. Yep. Teeny, tiny little crochet thing. That almost looks like tatting. It's so small. Navy. always good to have. Oh, what is this called? The ironing, so you don't have to sew it, you can just iron this together. Fusing. Webbed. Oh, help me out here. It'll come when we're done. Let's see what else do we have. Oh, another weird spool. What is this? There's no name on it, but it feels strong. Oh yeah. It's a lot stronger than the black. It still will break, but it took some considering. I think that would be fine for sewing signatures together, and it's a nice, that's pretty strong. It's a nice chocolate brown. And what a cool thing. An old time seam tape measure. Look, it's sewn. How cool is that? I think I might put this in my scanner and scan it so that you'd have those stitches on there. Because that's old. It's got a snap on it. That's old. Scoville Manufacturing Company. I don't know what you snap it to. You don't snap it to the other end, but you snap it to something. Love those bags. Gotta watch. They put these silly little teeny tiny, and I mean teeny tiny little needles. They're in a lot of these bags. And if my dog's around, I don't need anyone finding those. This is little bits of plastic canvas. This is another great mark maker. Stamp it on, to make your pages. Lay these on and use your alcohol inks and spray, or your coffee in a spray bottle. This would make a great pattern on your paper. And these are probably offcuts of projects that someone had done. So there's a truckload of them. Yes, there is. And an old thimble and a whole bunch of teeny tiny little pins and a wide-eyed needle. That I will keep. The pins can go. This was fun. It's just what I think is an early gel stamp. For the life of me, I cannot. $9.99 for this little bugger. I mean, look at $10. Are you kidding me? I'll do 60 cents. I can't even imagine $10. Are you kidding me? But you guys are gonna have to help me out here. Is it just an E? I only just now saw that it's a giant E. I thought it was something and an E, but it might just be a giant E. I don't get it. Why? I don't get it. E is for etc. Excellent, endless. Oh, look at me go. I got it now. I got it all figured out now. E is for etc. Excellent, endless, everyday thing, and joy. Well, that was a fun little ride. And it has these little sticker bubbles, and well, that's just fun. Worth the 60 cents and the little mind game I just had to go play. Holy smokes. These I wasn't sure what they were. Oh, what is this? Fancy beads. Must be some kind of beading. I don't know. Now that I'm not going to be able to just pull out of my hat like the last thing, but I don't know, can you see that super teeny tiny? It must be a way to feed seed beads. And then this is stretchy for bracelets and necklaces and whatnot. But I figured for tiny little traveler's notebooks, you always want something a little stretchy. You could double and triple it for a regular size traveler notebook to insert. So I'm always looking for stretchy. In COVID, finding elastic and whatnot has been difficult locally because everyone is making their own masks still, even though they are ubiquitous. You can buy them anywhere. People are still hogging up all the elastic. These were fun. They're metal, and I like that kind of silver. I like that they move. They're just clasps. So it could be something for journals, like spine jewelry, I was thinking. Or when I learned that they were clasps, I will try to figure out a way to use them as a book closure for one of my own journals. Should I ever make myself one? Just figure out a way to have a hook and eye closure. They're really pretty baubles. 99 cents. Little tiny something or other. I'll tell you the reason I bought this. Oh, and by the way, I don't know if you know this. I didn't, because I don't get out much, but Fiskars now has titanium non-stick scissors. So when you're cutting packing tape or stickers or duct tape, the glue won't stick. Brilliant. Because glue will jack up your scissors pretty fast. I got this little bugger for this tin, even though it's for an all-vegetable laxative tin. Oh, Nature's Remedy. I just thought this tin was the cutest little thing, and it's filled with the tiniest little needles. Who needs that many needles? Anybody? You sewers out there. Obviously, you lose them now and again because they're tiny, but who needs that many needles? So the needles will go, but the tin will stay. I just think that is the coolest little thing. I'll decorate it up. Nature's Remedy. Yes, indeed. What else do we have? Oh, look, more needles. Giant magnet to find said needles. This would be kind of fun. I think you could attach that to a spine and hang jewelry from it. Spine jewelry from it. More needles. More needles. Oh, look, more needles. A needle threader and another needle. And magnet to find said needles. Oh, dear. And a cool little... I don't know what came in here, but that's pretty cool, too. You know, it's the little things. It's goofy. Almost to the end. We're getting there. Just a couple miscellaneous. These were just, why they didn't match any color, so leave them out by themselves. Just stick them in a bag, for God's sake. But, I know, so I got more of those. Great big legal size file folders. These are wonderful for a number of reasons. I want to make lap books one of these days. They are just fascinating to me. I want it to be interactive, not the children's homeschool lap books, not that. The historical field notes, adult, not X-rated, but adult usage lap books. They are fascinating. If I can find some of my favorite lap book videos, I will link them below. If you've not seen them, give them a goo, as Mike at That Chapter would say. Give them a goo. Very fun. $1.59. I don't know how many there are here. 15 or 20. always can use file folders. So many uses for them. Coming to the bottom of our box. We are almost there. We're right at 30. I try to keep these under 30, but like I said, I go a little crazy at just an Eckhart Tolle book to read, just because. Crazy about dogs, crazy about dogs. The Illustrated Dog's Life. Had to have it. I think it's 60 cents, maybe $1. But dogs just, to me, are pure magic and joy. Look at that Dobie. Oh, exquisite. Just so sophisticated and elegant. Such a beautiful dog. Working dogs. Oh, he's a war dog. Snow dogs, mush dogs, baby dogs. Oh, good. So many beautiful pictures. These Bostons, yeah, sold. Yeah, I saw that. Actually, I saw this one and decided. Of course, I decided way before I saw the Bostons. Pure joy, 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 joy. Oh, it was $1. I spent $1 for that kind of joy. That will just sit out with my dog book collection in the living room. And when I'm having a wee bit of a down day, well, I will peruse. I have my dogs with me, and I will peruse the dog books. And it just lifts my spirits like nothing else. So for $1, you just can't beat it. So the last two things are the big finds. I'm so excited about these things. Time Magazine, 1962 and 63. Oh my God! Look at the pictures and the text and the ads. You can't beat the ads from the old. So cool. Seagrams, VO, oh dear, flooding in Hamburg, flooded Hamburg Street. Wired for the Fireball ride. But oh my goodness, these ads. These were $1.99. So crazy. On the camera, this looks bright yellow and it's pumpkin orange. I love technology. I do. Anyway, I got 2 of those, and these Life magazine, also 1962. 20 cents for this big bad bear. Holy smokes. The ink in here has got to be $5. Look how fun. It's so huge. This is such a big magazine. I'm not sure how, but look, there, had to have it. Dogs. I had a dog and his name was Blue. Who is this? Peter, Paul, and Mary. Look at there. Baby Peter, Paul, and Mary and their dog named Blue. The Kingston Trio. How to save 100 when you only have 75. Well, that's pretty cool. Oh, these old ads just send me. Who's this? Gina Lola Brigida. Depends on where you live. How fun. So I got 3 of these. What is this one? February 1962, The Making of a Brave Man, John Glenn. The Glenn story nobody saw is in the other one. So, how fun are these? I kind of felt bad about tearing them apart because they're historical. John Glenn, President Johnson, 1963, 30 cents. Oh dear. In a year, they went up a nickel. Actually, in 6 months, they went up a nickel. No, year and a half. whatever, they went up. I'm smart like that. I looked them up on eBay. They only sell for $5 or $6, so I'm not going to be heartbroken to break them up and to use them in my themes, in my theme journals. Super cool find. That's big find number 1. Big find number 2 doesn't look like much. It is this big bag of embroidery floss. Vintage by the looks of most of the labels. I use embroidery floss to sew my signatures together. I wax it, and I try to coordinate the color with the theme of the project. So embroidery floss, I'm always on the lookout for because of that. However, that's not what intrigued me about this bag. I'm going to just let you look at it for a second. Give it a go over. And see if you can see why the second interest. Yes, interested in the floss, but any ideas? Any thoughts? Any ideas? Jot them below before you move on. Put it on pause. Jot your ideas down, because I'd love to know. Put it on pause, because spoiler alert, I'm going to tell you why I thought this. I scooped this up immediately. Just dump them out. Oh, there's no needles in this one. These are all wrapped on something. And they come off pretty easy. This is why I got this bag, because most of these, or at least half of them, not all of them, are wrapped around something old. Now that's not a, I don't feel like I won the lottery with that one, but what's on the other side? Page 2, Alcona. Not much. But I couldn't wait. I couldn't wait last night. I started unrolling these because I was just jazzed. I wanted to see what was in them. And, I can tell you, I don't know if I can find it right away. This is from 1953. This newspaper is from 1953. There's a date on one of them. So this stuff is all about the same date. Wife should not interfere. Yeah, according to Harold Hyman, MD. Wife shouldn't interfere with her husband's doctrine. More comfort wearing false teeth. Magic carpet. Yeah. And the local stuff. This is how old this is. Can you read that? I'll try to hold it still. Washington. Attorney General Robert F. Kennedy. New nationwide drive on crime is centered on 40 crime kings whose names blah, blah, blah. Robert F. Kennedy. Still alive. How cool is that? This is a fabulous snippet. I could not wait to show you. I was unrolling these late last night. Spare room ideas. It shows these old rooms. It was only 13 by 13, that bedroom. That's a nice sized bedroom. An old ad for piston rings. Standard of comparison. Let's see. I love these old ads. And that they're from the 1950s just is the coolest thing ever. I'm guessing her husband must have been some kind of auto dude, because there's a lot of auto stuff. So what I'm going to do with these bits and pieces is I'm going to make a masterboard. I'm going to collage them all together on my scanner because I want both sides. I want to do both sides. So I'm not going to glue anything right away. I may never glue anything right away, but what I'm going to do is scan them to make digital masterboards. At least that's what my thinking is. I haven't done it yet, so I don't know. This was a Lee Ward. I don't know if you remember Lee Ward. catalog, reward shopping, but you could refer a friend. This is from the the toy guidance council member. I don't know, toys from the 50s. They had a toy guidance council. Oh my. Just ducky is the weather. Yes, indeed. We got here 1953 newspaper. It's so funny because I've done this. I just tear something up and wrap my floss around it. I do that too. Funny to think that 50 some years from now, someone might be tearing into it going, what did she wrap up? I should wrap up better stuff because all I do is plain Jane copy paper. She did that too. I'm assuming it's a woman. Look at me go. But it was the 50s. I don't imagine a man was embroidering in the 50s. Not, well, I'm just making a vast assumption. But she also used a little napkin. I found one that was just toilet paper. Whoops. But then there were big pages, full pages that she used to, you could get booth checks, outdoor toilets. Look at all the things you could get. Look at those faces. So you could get Sargent's dog care products, and they have a book. And this was, looky here, Speed Queen Wringer Washer, starting at 99. I'm sorry, was that even? Let's try this again. Speed Queen Wringer Washer, starting at $99.95. 4 ironer models, so they iron for you as well. Looky there. Washer and dryer matched units. Imagine that. $100. I have to tell you this quick story. I live in this very old house, and I knew one of the sisters who grew up here, born, raised here. Mom and dad raised 4 kids in this tiny little house. They went away to college. They came back and then moved in with their parents when their parents were aging and were taking care of their parents. And then when their parents passed away, the 2 sisters just stayed here and lived their whole lives here. Both of them lived well into their 90s. And I knew one of them, her name was Julia, when she was in her late 80s. I think she was 87 when I met her. And she had a wringer washer in what is now my basement. And she was downstairs doing, as in her words, she said she was the chief cook and bottle washer, and her sister Florence was the gardener. I have glorious gardens. No thanks to myself. They're all left over from Florence. But anyway, 87-year-old Julia got her hand caught in her wringer, in this part of her wringer washer. And somehow in the basement of this house, so she was downstairs and she got her hands caught in this wringer washer, and the poor little thing somehow got her hand out of it by herself, because this was 30 years ago. No cell phones, of course. No phones downstairs. Got her hand out. Did not want to call the ambulance because that was really expensive. And so she called a taxi cab, and she had her little self, broken wing and all, taken to the ER because one of these things got a hold of her. Side note, left turn. Thank you for staying. But those are my finds. Those are my finds, and I can't wait to unwrap the rest of these and just see what little treasures await. Because look at it, there's all kinds. There's just all kinds. So again, not just see the wrapping paper as wrapping paper, but as pages for a junk journal, as ephemera, as just paper to play with, to cut up, to paste, to put in your glue book. Don't just see extra embroidery floss, but check out what's around it, what's with it, because because you just never know what you're going to find. Even these that are on these are old. This is good to have. This is good to have. Looky here, it says, do not remove band. Whoopsie, look at what we just did. She did that for us, and then so I have a lot of these little balls to wax and rewrap so they don't get out of control on me. Thank you very much for hanging in. This was a long one, but there's lots of goodies here. Lots and lots. So guess what I get to do next? Ooh, put it all away. Put it all away. Find a home for it. Oh my God. Thank you very much again for hanging out. I hope you have a fabulously crafty day. Till the next time, my take at the lake, out for now.